Hello, fine dudes and dudettes of the internet, and welcome back to a little test stream. I know I've been doing a couple of these. I just want to make sure it's solid. For once, we've got the full gang in, and we're doing a little wee group stream on Sunday, whatever that may end up being. And if you notice any problems, feel free to let me know. Still figuring this all out. Started streaming years ago. Yep, just making sure everything's all good. And you know, it's a completely different little wee ballpark. Ooh, Splatoon replica. You can use this in multiplayer battles. Very nice. I won't be doing that. However, so today, just going to do a little bit of turf war. It's been a while since I've played Splatoon, and just going to have a little wee chat. And mainly, I just wanted to kind of throw this up. Unlike kind of a lot of these little wee test streams have been a little bit different. The first one was just actually making sure that it works. And looks nice. The second one was adding a lot of these different overlays. You know, it's really cool. We've got a couple of these. We've got this bad boy, NX playing tribute. We've got the intermission, and then finally the stream ended, and we've got a little wee hidden one. If we ever need to fill in any passwords or anything you just can't see, but this here, this is what you subscribe for. Loading screens and menus. That's the quality content you want. But yeah, Splatoon. I really like Splatoon. I was skeptical to pick up the second one, and ended up not doing it, and rather my partner did, and I played a decent amount of this. I was skeptical not because I didn't think I would like it, but because I was just more so it was very similar to Splatoon 1, and I'm like one of the few people that still has their Wii U's hooked up and play it regularly as being somebody who's going for a complete collection. Oh, this is great. I can just stand here and cover all this turf as it rotates around. I think this was one of the maps added in the final Splatfest. Which this is working out great. Yeah, this is... Oh, it stopped. Okay, yep. Oh yes, what's happening here? Okay. Let's take that. Oh. Yep, oh fuck. Oh god, nope. Back up. Ah! Alright, let's see. Where is this person? Okay. Aha, did I get them? I don't know if I did get them. Hopefully I did. Alright. The wheel's turning, so... Oh! Aha! Thought you could sneak up on me. I'm pro gamer. You can't just sneak up on me. Alright, let's get all this turf here. And let's see where things go. Alright, let's cover this wall. And then I've got a little bit of an advantage, so I can sneak around up here. Oh! Don't think you could... Oh, dear lord. God damn it. So one of the things I just wanted to chat about today is... we just had, I know it's heresy speaking this name on this channel, the State of Play event over on the PlayStation YouTube channel. And, it was an alright event. They've done a couple of them. This one was the most blatantly Nintendo ripping off one yet. Okay, let's see. Oh dear god. Let's quickly get all this, make sure nobody sneaks up on me. Oh! Yes, I did it actually. Oh, I wasn't actually expecting to get out there. It was the most blatantly Nintendo Switch, like Nintendo Direct ripping off one in terms of its presentation. However, considering how the first one went, I don't see that as a particularly bad thing. I think it... Okay, somebody's coming around here. Haha! Sneak attack! Never saw it coming. And the first one was awful, especially with the way they teased Iron Man there. Especially considering how close it was to which Spider-Man came out. I feel like they really just did not read the room correctly and they screwed up. They really did there. However, the second one was alright. None of the names really stick to mind. Oh, you can see where I got it up there in the top right corner. But I remember enjoying the second one, whereas which I didn't enjoy the first one. So I didn't know what expectations to go into with this one, because the first state of play, the second state of play came out very sharply following the first one, and really had a lot of big games and announcements where I would have expected them to be featured at maybe E3, Gamescom, PSX, or something like that. So I felt like that second one was almost overcompensating for the first state of play. So coming to the second state of play, I was very mixed within my expectations of what kind of announcements we would get. And I feel like this one was in the middle. This is kind of the style of announcements I would have hoped for a state of play. We had Medieval, which I was expecting to see more of that game, because it's launching really soon and it hasn't had much fanfare. However, I think it'll be a solid title, especially I think Sony's being very realistic at pricing Medieval at £25. Oh, people are joining us. Alistair, hello there, sir. Just chatting. Actually, you can hear me. I don't need to type in the chat. That's I've ascended to the bourgeoisie. But yeah, the PSX. I think the main thing I wanted to chat about is they showed off a game that had completely fell under my radar. It's called After Party, and it's a really interesting game where I'm not particularly sure. Yes, my noisy keyboard. For anybody listening who's my keyboard is just banned from actually being within the podcast, because I can't even use my mouse. The mouse is just a nuisance, as you probably noticed. But yeah, the what's it called? After Party, really interesting game. It seems to be 2D in its gameplay. I don't know what the bulk of the combat, the main gameplay is essentially, but the premise of the game is that you've been sent to hell just before your graduation, and with your best friend, and you go into a drinking competition / game with the devil. And you're in hell, and hell's kind of like a suburban New York setting, and the game just looks gorgeous. It kind of follows in the style of that kind of neo utopia, kind of in the way of the Neo Cab game. Not Neo Cab. What's it called? Oh, it's not called Neo Cab. What's that new Cab game that's coming out that Mike's been playing? So it falls in that kind of aesthetic, and it just looks gorgeous. It's one of the prettiest indies I've seen in a while, and it really caught my attention. I was like, oh dear God, why is it coming to PlayStation? Because I won't lie, my PlayStation is my AAA box. It's I don't typically use it for playing things like oh yes, he backed off when he saw me. Oh yeah, you think you're gonna Oh God, oh dear Lord, Neocab, yes, that's the name. But yeah, it really caught my attention as it just blew me under the water, and I was like, oh, that's a shame it's got to PlayStation 4, because I use the PlayStation to play Red Dead, I use it to play Spider-Man, and The Last of Us. I don't use it for indies. Oh, don't you dare, don't think about it. Sorry, I'm talking to this little guy here. So to see this game, I was a little bit disappointed, and then I googled it, and boom, there you go, it's coming to Switch. So I highly recommend you checking out the PlayStation, the State of Play trailer for it, because it looks solid. Otherwise, at State of Play, what else do we had? We had The Last of Us, which I feel like I haven't played Last of Us, and oh God, I haven't played it yet, and I've really been wanting to. And it winds me up because I bought the PlayStation 3 version and yeah, take that. Don't you think about it. And I never got around to it, which I know, heresy. But you know, sometimes that's the way it is. And because I got it, and I think the PlayStation 4 had just came out. It was like a very late PlayStation 3 title. Don't you do it? Oh my God! It's getting a little hectic. I'm going to just sleep here, and boom, boom, boom. There we are. Oh no! Don't you think about it. Take that. I never played it, but then eventually, by the time I was ready to go play it, the remastered one came out. So of course, pick that up. Still haven't played either. No. Oh dear Lord! Don't explode on me. Oh dear, it's a little robot. Oh, oh dear, everybody's coming at me. And now they've just shown off the new ones coming here in the trailers, I think, are giving me spoilers. And now I'm just filling in the gaps, and now I've got like a weird lore of what the game is actually about and is about, and oh, I just need to get around to it. But yeah, outside of that, I think that it's mainly just the after party game that it really just caught my attention, was the highlight, and the fact that it was the only game at that event that I could play on the Switch, and it was the only game that really grabbed my attention. However, to give it credit, the Modern Warfare trailer, yeah, I really am. I'm not in the state of my life where I want to spend £50 on another Modern Warfare. It did seem like a nice solid title. Have any of you guys seen the PlayStation PlayStation State of Play? If so, let me know in the chat. I would be curious to get your thoughts on it. But yeah, Modern Warfare, I really do feel like it's what the 7th, 8th place like Call of Duty game on the PlayStation 4, and with that, you know, if I really had a craving for a Call of Duty game, you know, I would be happy enough to just go ahead and just pick up one of the other ones. You can get like the Advanced Warfare and Infinity Warfare games for like a $5. But if they brought what's called Modern Warfare to Nintendo Switch, I would be so down to give it a go, and it'd be a really interesting time to bring it to the console, just because, you know, Call of Duty's in a real state of kind of ambiguousness of whether or not it's going to be a mainstay franchise in the. If you're off, hope you have a good night, Alistair. Thank you for joining us for a little bit. We'll need to get you on the stream sometime. I can't take over it completely. But yeah, catch you later. But yeah, if it came to Switch, I would pick it up, because that's exactly what both me and I know a couple people did this on the Nintendo on the Wii U, where in which, you know, they picked up Call of Duty, especially because on the Wii U I knew a couple people who picked it up, not because they're really wanting a Call of Duty on the Wii U, but one, it was kind of like, whether you love it or hate the franchise for its repetition, you know what you're getting into. Admittedly, with more indies and the kind of advent and ease in which you can port them, I feel like that's becoming less so, in which it doesn't matter what console, you can get yourself a copy of Minecraft and Rocket League and a Stardew and Super Meat Boy, because that's on everything. But yeah. Call of Duty, it's a really nice game on a handheld, because I've picked it up both on the Wii U and the PlayStation Vita, and they're some of my favourite consoles to play these games on. Oh, this guy's coming for blood. To give him credit, he pulled it off and has a delightful little wee username. But yeah, if they brought it to Switch, I would love that. It's just so nice to play those style games on a handheld, just because, you know. Okay, I'm just going to make a dive bomb. Oh, that went well. I was going to do like a strategic charge to the center of the battlefield and win the game for my fellow teammates. Yeah, I'm letting the gang down here. I know that. I know I'm trash. Alrighty, don't bother with me. God. Alright, that's somebody else dipped on the stream. My entertainment's not amused, but just having 10-minute pick up and play game. Nice and lovely, jubbly. But yeah, if you let me know if there's anything you would like me to give a wee go on stream, you know, I'm enjoying this. I'll possibly get a message from Alistair. He's like, your stream's awful, don't do it, it's trash, I hate it. I'm sure he wouldn't say it. Or if he did, he would be far more eloquent than that. This Agent 4 guy is really just dominating. I wonder, we've definitely lost that game, but oh dear lord. Was I the pink? Oh my god, I was the pink team. Oh dear lord. Oh yeah, that Agent 4 person is a... oh my god! We were carrying the team that time with 2 0-0s. Ugh. That's it's quite sickly, shall I say. Oh, I'm just checking making sure the tweet got out to everyone. But yeah, this is the thing, is it's a shame. I've always been back and forth in how I feel the Splatoon 2 the Splatoon 2 style like level selection where you've only got 2 levels on rotation, because I feel like it encourages you to come back and to play on different maps, but I won't lie, I feel like it forces you to play in shorter sessions because you kind of get bored quicker. But I'm curious to see if that's maybe like one of those mobile game tactics. You know how mobile games, they will never give you the full game. Like, they don't want you to play for a long time. They only want you to go in there and... oh dear god, somebody's targeting me. I need to escape. Haha, you thought you had me, but you were flawed in your beliefs and religions. Nah, that's what made me talk. But, yeah, I feel like... I'm curious to see if it was almost like a mobile game. Because you know when you have, like... Yeah, like SimCity Build It and all this. The EA games are especially bad for it. They love this tactic. Yeah, back up, back up. Oop, I'm out of ink. See, for the setup, I can't actually hear my audio. So for me, it's literally just a case of, okay, come on, bring it. Oh dear lord, nope. Oh, somebody's got a Rainmaker. I feel like somebody's sneaking up on me. I'm like boxed in, but people are teleporting to me. Whoa. Oh god, I hate this little wee guy. Oh dear lord. Take that. Boom. And I'm going Mecha. I feel when I go Mecha, it always reminds me of TF2. Take that. Yes. I may have died, but I got my vengeance on the game. But yeah. It's interesting. You know, when they bring... And on the topic of mobile games, when they bring all these mobile games to the Nintendo Switch, in one half, I'm like, I buy it, and I think it's me just like trying to play devil's advocate because I was really excited when they brought Fallout, what's it called, Shelter to Switch. I was really happy about that because I think Fallout Shelter is a marvelous little game, very addictive. It only makes me wish I got into oh, what was it called, Architects, the Architect game. What's it called? Architect? No, you know the game. It's about building building apartments and all that kind of stuff. It really made me wish I got into that game more. Okay, somebody's coming down here, and there we are. Did I get him? Nope. I'm just absolutely useless. Dear Lord, you can never win. Or did we? No, we were blue. Yes, we were blue. Huh. That wasn't awful. I suppose we were right, like we had them pinned right at that last moment, so I cannot complain. Also, do you like my fringe? Huh. I was neither the worst or the best that time around. That's good. But as I was mentioning, via my audio setup for these episodes, I can't actually hear the game, so I'm just giving the Sonic Mania soundtrack a wee listen. And I don't know, just the Sonic Mania is one of the few games that I've bought on vinyl. Like game soundtracks I've bought on vinyl. I think it's the only soundtrack I've bought on vinyl. Dear, I'm trying to think if I got any other soundtracks and vinyls that aren't just a CD. They just decide to throw in a game because they need to call it limited edition. I'm trying to think. I think it is. I have the Mafia 3 soundtrack on vinyl, but that was part of a big, massive collector's edition, which I got a wonderful deal on that. That was, I believe the game retailed for like over 100, and I got the collector's edition for £20. And being somebody who grew up with the original Mafia game, I was open to give it a go, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was, well, actually, I wouldn't say I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's moments I liked in it. I really liked the handling and mechanics. Although I felt the world was in some areas a little bit sparse and borderline dead. It just never quite felt alive, sadly. Oh dear, I should have asked Alistair when he was here if the audio sounds alright. Also, if you end up hearing the audio and the music, just let me know. Like the music I'm listening to. Oh, somebody else has joined us. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy the stream. Just doing a look up, and they're gone. You know, I wouldn't be sticking around for these menus either. You know, it's don't know what to say to you. Very sorry. So hi, yes. Oh, there we are. Somebody's joined us. Thank you. We're doing a little wee test stream. If I don't know if you're from the Twitters, but I'm Anton from Tend to Switch UK podcast, and we've just recently set up this YouTube, and I'm just doing a little wee test stream to make sure everything's working. So if you're having any trouble, just let me know in the chat, and there we go. Very good. Like a professional. And we'll get that started. Not enough people joining us. Oh dear lord. I think I'll just do a little bit more. I'll give it I'll do one more game and then I'll call it a night. I feel like 30 minutes is a nice time for a little wee test stream. I feel like any more than that, I'll lose my voice and I'll just start talking about gibberish. I need a fresh injection of randomness, of the chaos that builds up the world to kind of keep me going and keep me chatting. And with that kind of pointless segue, filling airtime, I'm going to chat about the Wii U because obviously this was one of those games I picked up on the Wii U. I feel like it's a shame because as you may know, I'm going for a complete Wii U collection. Because why not? The games just look gorgeous on a shelf. I've always really loved the Wii U boxes within the PAL region exclusively. I've never been fond of the US ones. I feel like they really dropped the ball, and I think it's interesting. I don't know. I think in the US they're far more pushing the fact that the console was a variation of the Wii U, and not just a whole new, not just a kind of an ad. No, yeah, they were trying to push it as just another Wii, a HD Wii, and in some ways, that's all the problems that the Wii had was due to that, treating it as a. Oh, let's make sure nobody sneaks up on me here. Let's see, this guy's over here. Oh, dear lord, he got me. Oh, no. Pop out, I dare you. What's he doing? What's he doing? Oh, I killed him. Right into the center. Okay, clear out as much ground here. Oh. Oh, you can't get me. I am invincible. Oh, yes, that was... Sorry, I went silent there. That was an intense moment. Yeah, that was some, like, real MLG gamer strafing. Oh, lordy. The pattern of them always... Oh, where am I going? Oh, okay, let's make a path here. Come on. Oh, no! Oh, I always hate those brushes. Those brushes have always been my sworn enemy. But yeah, so I'm going for the complete Wii U collection. As well as that, the kind of one of the key motivators beyond just the boxes being very aesthetic on a shelf is the fact in which they are... Oh, don't you bother with me. Oh, God! Oh, got stuck. Is that I feel like within the Wii U library, I think it was one I decided kind of halfway for the Wii U span, so it was like 2000 or within the time I've been collecting, halfway between with the time I've had the console, and like maybe maybe in like I think it must have been like 2016. So the console was already like declared a failure, and we all knew that it was never going to be another Wii. Like I remember the Wii U, it started badly. It started very good actually. The launch, like all the key Nintendo people who would buy regard whatever Nintendo gave them, bought it. However, beyond that is you know, it came out, the sales started to slow. However, with it having followed the 3DS, in which a similar kind of trajectory was formed, there was a degree of optimism that it could be turned around. If you recall that the 3DS was doing so bad originally in Japan that retailers would only give you less than like a tenner for them. And this was for a brand new console that launched that year. It was really dire for the 3DS for a moment, and between that, I think that stuck around for a year, and Nintendo got really aggressive with it, with price cutting it and turning it around. And it really seemed with the Wii U that I don't know whether it was Nintendo just not deciding to go aggressive on the Wii U because they saw how they turned around how the 3DS turned around, or just whatever it was, it just never happened. And so by 2016 we knew it was a failure, and I kind of knew that the console library was going to be small. And being somebody who's collected games for a very long time, I've always seen people go for complete collections and aspire to do such, but finding quite the right console that didn't just have 14 games like a Gizmodo. Like if it's got 14 games like a Gizmodo, each game's going to be like 150 quid. Maybe one or two will be like £15 games, but it'll be an outrageous amount for a very small collection. Or you've got a console like the Mega Drive where it's just so expansive, or the Super Nintendo. Like I never quite found the console that I wanted to go for the complete collection of. As well as that, it's because some of them, sometimes the consoles, half the games are shit. Excuse me, are just rubbish. And with the Wii U, I felt that, like, with my personal collection, at the halfway point, I kind of had half the titles that you could get for it. I was like, I think I had 50 out of 100 titles at the point, and majority of them were half of the games I didn't have were good. So I feel like that we use a lovely console to collect for in that regard, since you once after you've got all the really good games, you don't have many games left, and a lot of the games left are just shovelware. There's also the odd really expensive title, but it's a very easy console to fill out in terms of not just having a pile of shovelware, but at the same time not having to pay too much. Like there isn't much expensive shovelware. I think in terms of expensive shovelware, you've got the Zumba Fitness at £40, but £40 to just complete a collection. It is an incredible. It's a price I personally won't pay. It comes to that of a retail title. What makes it good? Oh, hello, Mike. Thanks for joining us. How is life been faring you? We've just kind of been having a little wee chat about the PlayStation the State of Play event. It was a very nice. It came out actually as a decent event. One game they had, it was oh, what's it called? Oh, it just came. It surprised me. The After Party. It's kind of a PlayStation. It was kind of like a you go to hell and then once you're oh oh pull that up early, but I thought I'd check in. Hey, thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's called the After Party. It kind of caught my eye because it didn't seem. I find it fun. It was the one game at the experience that was like an actual game you can play on Switch. The rest of them were either multi-plat like Call of Duty, or it was like a PlayStation exclusive like The Last of Us. But this one caught my attention. It's coming to Switch, so it's great to have seen it because it's coming out shortly on PlayStation 4 and then later it's coming to Switch. So I was worried that if it weren't for an event like this or circumstance like this, I may have missed it because it's kind of far enough along in development that they may have not mentioned it in indies, but it's turning out nice. But yeah, before you came, I was just I was chatting to the guys about going for a complete Wii U collection. It's coming along quite well now. I think I'm 105 titles out of 50. I'm not going for all regions as of yet. I think that would be something I would approach near the time. I think I would want to kind of feel how I feel about the collection once I'm there, because it's I don't mind it now where in which the most of the games are, even for a lot of the really solid good titles, like you're maybe paying a tenner for your Zeldas, your Kirby's. I think the only games that are over 20 that are like really good. Yes, chasing that 100%. The only games that are like over £20 that are kind of must-haves are your Breath of the Wilds, and which is like £25 these days. Like it's not outrageous. But of course we have those unicorns like the Zumba Fitness, the greatest game ever created, sitting there at like £50 to £75, which that one's only paying. Secondly to Project Zero, Made in the Black War, which is getting up there with the over £100 region. So I really need to snap that one up quickly before it goes up in price any further, because thank God it's just a good game though. I've heard really good stuff in it, and I think as it being what at that point it would be the second most expensive game I own. I've got what's Fantasy Star. I've got that on the Master System, which I don't know. Project Zero would actually come out a bit on top, but yeah, paying that much for it, I'm just fortunate that it is a good game. It really took advantage of the Wii U's hardware, in which if you've never played a Project Zero game, you use, oh dear lord, where did he come from? Oh, I like the little wee evil. Oh, I thought it was part of their hair there, like the devil horns, but it's just a little wee hat. But nonetheless, I love it. I wonder if that changes color because it matches their team's color right now really well. If not, that's just a lovely coincidence. Oh, I killed somebody! Murder! How quaint! But yeah, it's a really interesting game. The premise is the same as the original games, where you take a photo to take down ghosts, and it's very much Japanese horror, very much in the style of The Ring. Oh, you know, if you just think of your classic Japanese horror movie, and this is it. Oh God, somebody's targeting me. Stop it! But how it works so well on Wii U is in which the Wii U gamepad is your camera, and you have to look through the Wii U the camera to take down your enemies, and it works out really well where where in the other ones you kind of had to move around the level, aim, and kind of figure out how to take down your enemies. Like you'd pull up the camera quickly, frantically, as soon as you saw a ghost, and then you would be scrambling to get them in frame and get a good focus. The better the photo, the more damage you do to the enemy. Oh, don't you think about it. No. Yep, take that. So it really matters about the composition, but being able to do it with the gamepad, you can kind of have it like half up, like you can kind of hold it kind of half in the area where you suspect a ghost to be. And as well as that, it really takes advantage of the motion control, the second screen. And I feel those rare games on the Wii U that does take advantage of that second screen are the kind of titles that makes it such a compelling console to collect for. Because, you know, we're never going to have another Wii U. I've always had the dream that a future Switch would have like wireless HDMI and you could have that dual screen experience, because I do think there's a lot of pros to it. Even though the Switch, the Wii U, not every game on the Wii U took advantage of it. But sadly, I don't see that ever coming soon. True. I think that the closest we could ever come to it, if we really had to dream, would maybe be something with Apple Arcade. I feel like maybe in that regard, because I feel like I know so many iOS users, Apple TV users, where they use the app, their iPhone as, or even iPad in some regards, as an extension of their Apple TV. For instance, I know people that have dedicated iPad minis. Oh, that's you heading off. Well, I'll let you go, and thank you for joining us. But yeah, have you ever played Splatoon? It would be good. But thank you very much. It's been quite fun doing these streams. It's nice to have an excuse to play a game. Like, yeah, I'm not playing Splatoon for no reason. I'm working. It's Splatoon. But anyway, let you go, and best of luck on the breakfast show. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. However, what was I chatting about? I've completely went off the rails. I'm just going to shut up. Who knows what I'm on about? Who knows what I'm on about? But yeah, I feel like Project Zero, I feel like it's a contender for being a game that you could bring to... Oh, for dear Lord. Mike, before you, if you haven't gone, how's the stream looking? Is it looking alright? If you've not gone already. It would be good to get your opinion, just obviously because I'm on the other side, and I can check the after recording, but I can't actually check how the actual if it turns on nice live at all, because you know, the burden of technology. Oh, Gira, I've got myself cornered there. But yeah, Splatoon, it's really good. I remember, like, for years, and I would have loved to have seen it, a Splatoon game on the 3DS. I remember there was rumors for years. Oh nope, don't think about it. Don't think about it. Oh, somebody's making an aggressive push. I need to stop this right now. Oh, nope. There we go. Don't think about it. Oh, sorry. Oh my god, I thought that was a little wee enemy there. Oh dear. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I don't think we would get, like, I'm trying to think, Project Zero on Switch, kind of Maiden of Blackwater. Like, firstly, to like consider Maiden of Blackwater, it would be an interesting tale. I think it could be done, because they've done the impossible. They've brought Mario Maker. They've brought, what was the other game? Captain Toad. They're not afraid to bring some of these tablet-heavy experiences, and obviously with the former quadrilogy, rather, I believe it's Maiden of Blackwater's fifth game in the franchise. They did obviously, you know, make do with not having a second screen. But I truly wonder if they would be wanting to attempt a similar sort of thing, whether or not they would want to butcher Maiden of Blackwater in such a way. But I gotta say, it was like one of the worst selling Wii U games. It was a Wii U exclusive on the real tail end of the Wii U era. I believe it came out, like the closest game it came out to was Breath of the Wild in that regard. And oh dear, can somebody just stop, please? Dear Lord. Just to throw a bomb. Boom. So it was a game that never got quite the love it deserved, in very much a similar manner in which kind of Fire Emblem X Shin Megami Tensei, you know, that FE game that got announced, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is the name, that got recently announced at the most recent Nintendo Direct, in a similar way in which that franchise never got quite the love that it deserved. Project Maiden Blackwater never got the love, and I feel like the game would do significantly better than it did formerly on the Wii U today, where in which the Wii U is a much more successful console. And as we know, horror games have always performed quite well on streaming and services like that, and I feel like with more digital influencers having Wii U's, we could get a lot more content out. Like the game would have a much brighter future now. However, I'm curious. It's interesting, because at this point they really couldn't just go ahead and do let's say like a maiden, like Project 06. As I'm not familiar. I only played the first one, and I don't know if the other games follow in the same continuity. So I don't know how feasible something in that regard is. But we'll have to see. I'm unsure. I can dream. Oh, we're on these. I was just chatting about this, but I just feel like for streaming, it would be nice to have a little bit better map variety. Let's go in there. Okay, let's get myself in there. Oh. Don't you dare! Oh! He was super. I had zero chance. I was out of my depth, sadly. Oh dear Lord. God. But yeah, I'm trying to think. What Wii U games could we see on Switch? Like obviously we've got a fair share of the ports. Sadly, in recent memory, they have slowed down. I remember it was just like early on in the lifespan. Early on in the lifespan of the Wii U. Early on in the lifespan of the Wii U, we're kind of predicting that we would have every quarter we would have a filler Wii U game, but it's really slowed on. I think the last one we had was New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which I'm glad they did. The New Super Mario Bros. U franchise, or New Super Mario Bros. Franchise in terms of 2D games, was really getting tired at that point. Oh my god, there's a lot of uncovered turf here. So I'm very fortunate that they took a break to kind of make it special again. I think if they were going to do another one, I think they would have to either go ahead and just make sure they were reinventing the formula in some way. Why are you doing this? I'm just minding my own business over here. We're really not doing well. Alrighty. Don't you dare do that to me. Don't you ever dare do that to me. Like, it would be interesting. When they announce the new 3D world, like the Super Mario Bros. 3D World gameplay style for Super Mario Bros. Obviously, people are annoyed because the UI alluded to there being more gameplay modes coming. And the fact that they use plurals for gameplay modes suggests we're getting more gameplay modes. And I would be really curious to play Super Mario Odyssey style game. Oh my god, I got attacked there. Gameplay style on Switch, in 2D rather. I think it could be really refreshing to kind of see that. But it's interesting. I almost think, just considering how history's played out, we might never get another New Super Mario Bros. I think that I think they could get away with New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, where in which it wasn't confirmed that on a console without a touchscreen wouldn't get a new Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Maker 2. So I think now that that precedent's been established, that we can get those experiences on a console without a touchscreen, they may never do another New Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Bros. I think in future, like the first New Super Mario Bros. Is old enough in which 15 years, that's almost like a new, like that's an All-Stars. Considering how old New Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3 were when Super Mario Bros. All-Stars came out, I feel like at this point we could easily just consider them like a classic collection. But nonetheless, I just want to say thank you very much for joining me. It's been fun having a little wee chat with everyone, and thank you for Mike and Alistair for giving me joining me. Oh god, that dear lord, why did that change as soon as that was finished up? Thank you very much for joining me, and this will be fun. If there's anything else you'd like me to give a little wee play of, let me know. I'd be happy to kind of give this another go. And until next time.